All right, everyone, it's time to summarize. In this module, we discussed two concepts: the concept of presenting information and the concept of modeling.
When we spoke about presenting information, we shared the idea that good presenters tend to make information sticky. We discussed sticky by sharing an acronym, MUD, meaning memorable, usable, and durable. When curriculum or content is memorable, it stands out and is easy to recall. When we say that content is usable, that means that students can use the information as a vital life skill. It's useful and applicable. And when we say content is durable, we mean that, even over a long period of time, the information still has a way of sticking around. Memorable, usable, and durable, all items that make things as sticky as mud.
Now, how do we make things sticky? You'll recall that we gave you two bits of advice. One has to do with a teacher's ability to communicate, and the other has to do with the student's ability to communicate. The first bit of advice was to use teacher talk, and the second bit of advice was to keep things conversational.
Teacher talk refers to the myriad of techniques such as repetition, board work, asking questions, and relating information to students' prior knowledge. Clarification, elaboration, and the use of metaphors and analogies all help a teacher to convey information in a way that is clear and sticky.
And keeping things conversational refers not only to your conversational tones, but also your ability to stop and have students respond, work together, and find solutions to problems that you pose. It also refers to your ability to think carefully ahead of time so that you can anticipate the kinds of problems your students are likely to have in learning the new material. And don't forget to personalize your instruction with stories and warm language.
When talking about presenting material, we also discussed different methods of delivery. One method, teach, model, and question, is a traditional structure that first involves deliberate instruction and explanation of rules, teach, model, an example or series of examples that show the rule in action, and question, an attempt by the teacher to know and amend what students understood by what was taught and modeled.
And a second model was also introduced. And for purposes of these videos, it was called Teaching Using Inductive Reasoning. Here the teacher doesn't teach first, but rather gives a model. And from the model, students infer rules themselves and construct their own understanding. And finally, a teacher asks students to elaborate on these rules so that the teacher can clarify or amend the student's understanding. Model, infer, elaborate.
Now let's turn our focus to modeling. The idea behind modeling is that instruction is often enhanced with clear examples and illustration. We use the concept of watching someone make a paper airplane, rather than just being told how to make a paper airplane. The model is often what sticks in someone's head, even more than the instruction. Because of that reality, we gave two suggestions. First, give more than one model. And second, give models later in the process.
And our three teachers gave you different kinds of presentation and modeling. And we hope you noticed that there are different methods that can all be viable options for you in the classroom. Now, it will be your turn to think about how you might present and model information to a classroom. Think about one of the objectives you wrote in our last module and imagine how you would present the information and model for your students. Then share your ideas with fellow classmates and get some feedback. Most of all, have fun with it. Good luck on your next assignment and the quiz.
And just to give you a sneak peek, in our next module, we are going to discuss what you do after you've presented and modeled information. Or maybe I should say, what your learners will do after you have presented and modeled information. See you next time on Teach English Now.